You weren't expecting to see me, but I'm here as a special guest today with Real Ale Craft Beer on his channel. I've been drinking some of these beers recently. I've been letting off the vlogging, but I've been drinking these and secretly telling Simon about them. And we're finally getting a chance to have a bit of a sit down and go through them. So this beer today that we're doing now is from Beavertown, London Brewery, and this is their 8 Ball. Not to be confused with the Magic 8 Ball by Magic Rock. This is a different beer. This is a Rye IPA.
Ooh, lovely, lovely, lovely.
It comes in at 6.2%.
Okay, 6.2.
330 bottle.
I just like this. I like the sound of the brewery. I like the name, what they call itself, Beavertown. It's a kind of a ringer. It kind of rings in your mind. You never forget the name. I like the artwork. They've gone out. They've got some professional kind of like an album cover type of.
Yeah, interesting link, I suppose, given that the link to famous rock people, which we'll say about that later. It's not really relevant to the beer, so I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah.
I'll leave the yeast in there for you.
We'll have a look at that later on. But this is I think a 330 bottle. I don't think anybody's touched on this either. Just very quickly, a 330 bottle is ideal to do a. We've got a load of beers in today to review, and it's almost like 2/3. It's almost like the ideal kind of reviewing. Where's the crackers? I'm gonna sit myself down and review these thirds.
It's difficult when we're trying to balance the beers that we've got in order as well, of kind of make sure our palates aren't wrecked in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I think this one will work quite well. We've done something.
Yeah.
Relatively. This should bring this down a bit, I think.
Beer in the glass, Chris. What are you getting?
It's a relatively dark brown, isn't it? For a Rye IPA, not necessarily the colour you'd expect. I think. Get the light behind it, just there. You can see what I can see. Yeah, that's slightly hazy. Slightly hazy.
Yeah, ever so slight haze on it. Nice creamy head that's kind of stayed.
Yeah.
Did you say it was 6.3?
6.4, I think. Yeah.
6.4% ABV.
2.2.
I love Rye IPAs and certainly the red ones. I'm going to dig my nose into this one. Cheers. Oh, blimey! Wow. That is. That's meaty. That's chewy. That's
There's substance to this beer, and not in the way that there's any chunks or lumps or bumps in it. It's pretty clear, actually, apart from slight haze.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's substantial, and it feels like it could. If you had a big pint of this, you'd be full up at the end of it.
Oh yeah, totally. It's a meal
from the nose, certainly.
It's a meal in a glass. I love them big, strong, very piney. I think if they've got it just right. I think any more, and it would be that horrible kind of rubber tyre.
Yeah.
If it was any more kind of aromatic, hoppy in the nose, it would be that kind of horrible rubber.
As it is, it's on the fruit end, isn't it? It's just on the kind of tangerine kind of, without hitting what some of the big American beers do, which is just
Yeah. No, it's very floral. It's very grapefruity. It's mango. It's piney. It's like you've kind of crunched up some pine needles from the forest floor and just kind of put your nose in.
And almost pineapple as well.
Yeah,
and almost when you cut fresh pineapple, you've got the husks there, and you get that kind of smell.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely stuff. I got to dig into this one, Chris.
Right.
I waited long enough for this brewery. Mouth feels great. Refreshing.
It's smooth in mouthfeel as well.
Yeah.
There's carbonation now. It's just enough to give you a little bit to tingle it around onto your lips, tingle it up top of your mouth.
Yeah.
But that smoothness, and this makes it so refreshing.
I'm getting a roasted character to the beer, almost not quite stouty, but a nice kind of.
It's a little bit of smokiness in there.
Yeah, it's a bit smoky. The rye is a big problem taste in there. But yeah, let's get to the hops. It's lovely. It's kind of. It's not smack bang in your face.
No.
Chris, before we started, Real Ale 40 on Twitter, Facebook, and all the other social networks out there. Check him out. He is because he's basically been drinking all of this London scene beer for months now, and he's in kind of charge of picking the brews. And he said, go with this one because it's not kind of, they've not thrown a million kind of gallons of hops in.
No, we've got to be careful we don't wreck our palates. This isn't a palate wrecker, but it is full of flavour.
Yeah.
And it's full of flavour because it's balanced. It allows some big flavours to come in, but be balanced by equally big flavours from the other side. So you've got a kind of smoky, malty, fruity. Yeah, it's got a bit of everything. Yeah. But it's all tempered, I think, with that smoothness. That's the thing for me that really carries this beer. It's 6.2%. Remember, we're drinking that like it's a bloody fruit juice.
Yeah, it's flying down. Fair play. I've almost forgotten that it's 6.3% ABV. You would never get it. But for me, what impresses it's just how smooth it is. It's carbonated, but it's not kind of filling you up. No, it's.
No, like I said, from the nose, it smells like it's gonna be a meal in itself. It isn't quite doing, the cold Belgian beer of filling up your tummy because there's enough carbonation to carry that away. But so it's a slightly deceptive beer, but one that I like very much.
It's good. Have you been pairing this Beavertown Brewery's beer with any food? Have you been like nuts and cheeses and?
There's a beer that we haven't got today actually. They're called Heavy Water, which is their imperial stout. And that's absolutely fantastic. So try that, and we'll do that eventually on this channel, or on my channel maybe. But that I've had with some gorgonzola, and and that is a treat, real treat to have with some nice blue cheese.
Fantastic. So try that. Try the Heavy Water Imperial Stout by Beavertown, and certainly try this 8-ball. It's lovely. But don't forget to pair. I like pairing beer with food. I like kind of doing that. But I want to show you apparently these beers are heavily sediment. There's a lot of sediment in them. It's a nice. I like the colour. It's a nice kind of red tinge to the beer. But here we go. Have a look at this. Now look at that. It looks like muddy water. It almost looks like kind of chocolate milkshake. But don't be alarmed if you're watching the beer review for the first time. If you come across this video by accident, it's just a way of carbonating the beer, isn't it? It's not Foster's where they've gone put the compressors on, charge this beer full of CO2.
Yeah, it's like a massive soda stream. This isn't how these beers are made.
Yeah. If you just want to kind of touch quickly on the yeast, and for the new viewers, it just kind of carbonates, doesn't it?
Some beers don't have a secondary fermentation in the bottle, and some beers do, and there's all kinds of things going on. Some brewers chuck in a bit of sugar to give to get that going, so some don't. There's varying practices within the brewing industry. You can see the result of something that's quite heavily, got quite a lot of chunks and bumps. But how does it taste when it's like that?
Yeah, it's good to go. While I'm tasting it, you give your final thoughts on the rating.
I think for me, this is one of the smoothest beers I've had, and it keeps giving lots of different things. It seems to have a bit of everything. I'm picking up a bit of coffee now even. Yeah. And it's fantastic. Yeah. One of the best and most exciting brewers in the country, I think.
I'd go with that.
And I'll say that from having gone through their range like nobody's business, and keep buying it and keep not reviewing it because I'm too busy drinking it. And that's testament for me what a good beer is. I'd be happy to go with a 9 for this one. I really like this beer. Yeah.
I'm going to join Chris on a 9 out of 10. I think this is absolutely fantastic. Tasting the beer with the yeast in, there's no real difference at all. Most people drink with their eyes, and this is the trouble. It's as I said, don't be alarmed. We'll show you. It's fine.
There's a little note on here. It says store upright, keep cool. Yeah, they want that yeast a bit at the bottom, but it says yeast is good. Yeast is good. Don't be scared of it.
No problem. I love that. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. That is Beavertown Brewing, or is it Beavertown Brewery, and it's their 8-ball Rye IPA. Check it out. Thanks to Mr. at RealAler140 for joining me. Check him out on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else. Subscribe to my daily beer reviews, and cheers.